One of the areas expected to get hit the hardest by the winter weather storm this weekend is Lauderdale County, prompting city and county officials to work ahead of the weather. Fox 54's Caleb Aguayo got an inside look at how officials in Florence are preparing the city for potential ice-in.
The city of Florence says they're going to keep streets in the city limits well maintained as the storm moves through, while AlDOT focuses on county roads. But I got an inside look at just what the city is doing to keep roads clear this weekend.
We've got 4 or 5 trucks that we'll use out there. Employees, we can rotate them in and out as we need to. We'll use salt on roads, slick spots, a lot that we already know where they're going to be because it happens every time. The bridges we'll use the gravel on, sand and gravel on those, get some traction on there. But we kind of play it by ear and respond as necessary.
David Kuntz with the city's Solid Waste Disposal Authority tells Fox 54 that they'll be working day and night to keep the streets clear. They won't be taking any preventive steps to manage the ice, but they'll be out in it all day until the threat passes.
We're hoping for rain to kind of take a lot of this problem away because that rain will melt everything. But if it freezes back over, then those hills and steep places will be treacherous, and we'll tell people to stay home.
I'm hoping it kind of fades north and the warmer air comes in and melts it a lot quicker. You know, we're fine with the snow, but ice, it's a whole different ballgame. You know, it's a lot more dangerous. We got to be a lot more cautious because at the end of the day, you know, I'd rather my guys go home safe than, you know, get hurt or anything else.
And State Trooper Greg Corbel says it's best to stay home, but if you have to go out, he says it's critical to stay prepared.
Make sure you have a blanket in your car, make sure you have a phone charger, make sure your car has been topped off with gas, you have your antifreeze in there. And also, try not to use, or please don't use cruise control. And if you can, you turn off all your adaptive driving systems. If you can do that, that's one thing that I would urge all the motorists to do.
City, county, and state officials are urging you to stay home this weekend. They say it's just not worth it if it's not an absolute emergency. In Florence, I'm Caleb Aguayo, Fox 54 News.
Neighboring county, Colbert County, also expected to be hit hard by the storm. The Colbert County Emergency Management Agency is preparing for the major winter weather. EMA Director Jody Hitt spoke with Fox 54 about what the agency has done to prepare and what you can do during this winter storm.
Yesterday, after our last 1:30 briefing, the state and local highway departments, they were homed in, and now they're starting to pre-treat roads because it looks like more of an ice event on us. A little bit mixture on Sunday, but I think we're going to end up with a little bit more ice than we have. This is ice. Rubber don't work well on ice. Nothing don't go on ice. You can have chains or all that. One part during this process, they'll be deemed the county roads, Colbert County only, will probably be deemed impassable. Especially the mountain area and some of the flats that has shaded that can't get the sunlight or the wind, to dry them up. But yeah, hey, let's hunker down. We've been informed Sunday evening the rain's supposed to be out of here, but right behind it, we got brutal temperatures. And we're going to warm up maybe the day or two, like Tuesday or Wednesday. So that's not going to dry off these. So whatever melts is going to refreeze. That's our scare on behind it. With if the power goes out in isolated area or widespread, that's the rough part. On the backside is 0-degree wind chills. We're getting down to the teens, to the single digits on the temperatures. So that's where we ask, hey, cover up your windows, get your buddy heaters, kerosene heaters, backup generator if you're able to, and if your power goes out, just hunker down, and we'll all get through this. The utility departments, they know you're out of power.